With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
It's the Opperman Report. Join digital forensic investigator and PI Ed Opperman for an in-depth discussion of conspiracy theories, strategy of New World Order resistance, high-profile court cases in the news, and interviews with expert guests and authors on these topics and more. It's the Opperman Report. And now, here is investigator Ed Opperman.
Okay, good morning. Welcome to the Opperman Report special announcement. Okay, today is Friday, May 11th, 2018. It's 7:19 a.m. in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. When I get off the phone here, I got to go drive somebody over to Barstow, California and back. And then I have to get back here in time to do this telethon I'm supposed to be doing for Amy Villela's campaign, candidate here for Congress in Southern Nevada, District 4. And then I have to be back again from that by 5 o'clock in order to get the show on for you tonight. Tonight we have 2 hours, what is it? We have James DiEugenio. We talk about the assassination of Martin Luther King. And then I have Albert Lanier, who comes on and talks about Gary Webb and how Gary Webb was assassinated by the media, by his fellow journalists. That's the whole Iran-Contra Freeway Rick Ross story. Gary Webb, who died by suicide, by the way. Before I leave, I'm uploading 3 hours of a show I did about 4 years ago with Arnie Lerma, who was a Scientology whistleblower. And we lost Arnie to suicide earlier this month. He actually shot his wife in the face as well before killing himself, but she thankfully survived. And she seems to have forgiven him too as well, because he was addicted to painkillers and he was in pretty bad shape toward the end there. I actually blocked him on Facebook because he had gotten so erratic and annoying. Anyway, how's that? And now he's suicide. Anyway. So I got that 3 hours coming up for you, and then I got a show tonight for you. And then tomorrow we have, I do a half hour telling you about Michael Cohen and Michael Avenatti and the banking records and how those were obtained. Then we have an hour and a half of James DiEugenio returns. Again, he filled in for me at the last minute, and we covered JFK, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Robert Kennedy assassinations. And then tonight, after my 2-hour show, I'm going to be doing an hour solo about Tim Nolan, mostly. Tim Nolan is this Trump campaign official. Oh, boy, I forget what state he's from. I forget right now. But anyway, I got all the notes done on that. And in fact, I have to come back and finish up the notes on that. But he's being compared to Jeffrey Epstein. He's just convicted on human trafficking and prostitution with the children under the age of 16 years old. And I got the whole story on that. I read all the legal documents, the indictments, the search warrants, and stuff like that. There are some similarities to Epstein, but very little. This guy's a local guy. He was a former judge and went to work for the school board. But this guy's dirty in his own way. So we're going to be getting to the truth on it. See, it would be so easy for me to be like these other people you see out there and just say, oh, look, another one just like Jeffrey Epstein or Trump's buddy and all this stuff, and just promote clickbait to you just to get hits and just to get traffic and just to get Patreon and just to get donations and just feed you garbage, what you want to hear. But unfortunately, for some reason, I know how to do that. I could easily do that. I know how it's done. I see how people do it. But for some reason, I've chosen this other path where I give you the truth. And I do my best, and I work. I'm giving 7 hours a week I'm giving you. You know? 7 hours a week of content. Plus what we add to the members section. I have a show in the members section going up to with Chris Fields, who was a first responder there at the Oklahoma City bombing. And we talked to him. I'm coming to you today, this live broadcast early in the morning here on May 11th, because once again, we're short on funds. And I hate coming to you like this and asking you for money, because all I get is a bunch of grief and bullshit in the freaking chat rooms and the comments and on YouTube and stuff like that about how I'm always begging for money. I'm giving you 7 hours of content a week, but I'm the one begging, you know? To give you 7 hours a week, it takes about 40 hours to produce that. Preparing for the shows, booking the guests, scheduling the guests, you know, and then it's downtime after you do a 2-hour interview with somebody, especially a brutal interview like this Chris Fields, you know, you got to rest after that. You just can't pull yourself together right after that. So I'm exhausted. I'm a little discouraged, and I'm a little fed up with a lot of stuff too here, you know. So I see no way to continue this in the way we're going. You know, either we have to get support that I could put in this time and effort, or don't just do the members section. We'll just do members. I know there's a lot of people coming up. Their membership is just about to come due, because a lot of people subscribed this time last year, and it's just coming due like in a month or 2 months. If you want to renew that, I'll add on the 13 months to the month you have left over. Like, don't wait until the last second. And that's what'll help keep the show on air. I still have not caught up from when Cox took out that $400 from the account, and I got all those overdrafts. You know, even though we had some donations come in. And by the way, too, I got a comment in a really rude, nasty comment in one of the chat rooms last week about how I'm my own worst enemy. And I never thank the people who contribute. Anybody who makes a donation, and maybe everybody who becomes a member, I can't thank everybody who becomes a member, although many of them I do. But anybody who actually makes a donation, everyone gets we're this whole conversation back and forth for the 3 or 4 donations we get a month. It's not like I'm getting thousands of donations that I need to come on the air and thank everybody all at once. You know, if that's what people have in mind, if that's what you think is going on, you're totally mistaken. Whereas I see a lot of people, especially just like, well, all they're doing is just throwing up a little 10-minute YouTube video where they're repeating what they saw on someone else's 10-minute YouTube video. And these guys are getting like 30,000 followers, 30,000, you know, Patreon up the wazoo. It's just outrageous. And like I said, I could do that. I know the shows that titillate the audience, but I want to, I'm trying to do something here, something real, you know, to get real results, you know. So we need consistent subscriptions or donations to continue this. Otherwise, it's just untenable to continue the way we're going. I can't go every month, you know, and either picking up these bills myself, you know, picking up the expenses myself out of my work. And by the way, then I'm neglecting my work and putting out these shows for you. You know, I neglect my own work. I got a client right now with a great lawsuit that it would be a huge payoff for everybody involved, including myself. Enough money I could buy a house, okay? Then I would never have to bother you for donations or memberships or anything again. But again, you know, producing 7 hours a week for you, you know, it's impossible to do both at the same time. I'm neglecting this work that needs to get done, you know? So I'm coming to you again, and I'm asking you to please, if you like the show, and there's some people, oh my God, just obsessed with this show. If just the people who email me every day would subscribe and donate, we wouldn't have to have these conversations. You know? Like, you know, it's like 7 in the morning. I've already gotten like 10, 15 messages on Facebook saying, oh, wait, I love the show. You know? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. So, if you want to become a new member and support the show, You email me at oppermanreport@gmail.com. And you say, I want to become a member. I want the $60 deal. I send you a PayPal invoice, $60, and I turn you right back on right away. You're right back on the member section. You get access to all that content that's in there. If you just want to make a donation, there's a link, Opperman Report Donate, where you could make a donation either via PayPal or through Stripe, which will go directly into my checking account. And this stuff helps out. And by the way, too, that donate thing, you could even click the little button in this, just make this a monthly donation. You send $10 a month. Those are great. Even though people seem to peter out. People don't have money in their account. And the donations fail month after month. And then the PayPal cancels them. So I enjoy doing the show for you. But we're up against the wall here. We're hitting a brick wall where we can't continue the way we're going. I can't, and I usually wait until the end of the month too, till when things are so desperate and just things are so miserable that then we have no hope, And then a couple of people come in, we can cover the bills, but we're at the middle of the month now, and there's nothing, And Cox is going to get shut off, and I got an extension with them till the 27th. So anyway, hey, listen, I think I'm just talking to into the air, no one's listening. And maybe this is just all a big waste of time. But if you don't think it's a waste of time, then we got to pitch in, and do the work. I'm doing the work. Obviously, I'm doing the work. Everyone sees that, I don't think anybody says, hey, you're lazy and you're not putting in the effort here. But I'm begging for money and asking for handouts. This is a handout. I'm doing all the work. That's a handout. Right? So, okay. I don't know how other people do their telethons and ask for money. How do these characters on Facebook, on YouTube, manage to get all these donations and stuff. This is the way I do it. It doesn't seem to be working out either. So, once again, I know there's hundreds of thousands of people out there that love this show. There's a huge percentage that can't live without it. I'm not asking for $1 million. And even, too, if you just go to the special archives and just buy a couple of those shows, onesies and twosies for $1.99, that helps, too. And even, too, by the way, too, we're not getting hundreds of orders on those either. Okay, maybe 20 in a month would be a big month. We get 20 orders. And then half of those, the downloads don't work. I got to email them the link. It's a disaster. This whole thing is a big freaking pain in the ass. This whole Opperman report, what a mistake this was. Oh, God. So once again, if you like the show, if you don't want me to wind up, so we're doing the best we can. If you can support the show, great. If not, I guess I'll just cut it down to a couple hours a week. I'll just do the member section. So let's see what happens. It's 7 o'clock. I got to go drive to Barstow and back. When I come back, God would bless me, and I get a couple of bucks in my PayPal. I can buy lunch today. Okay, we could pay the Spreaker bill or the Voscast bill or all these freaking bills we got with this damn thing. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Looking forward to talking to you tonight. I'm doing an hour live tonight about this guy Tim Nolan. I'm going to give you the facts about it. I'm not going to, make it all sensational and like so many characters out there want to do. Also, too, I've been talking a lot about this whole Stormy Daniels case and my involvement with all that. And things are getting pretty rough in that area, too, as well. And there's other things that are going to come out that are it's good for the world, I've been telling you for years about this case I've been working on. It was a historic case, would be in the history books. It's all connected to all this. And it again, another situation where I stuck my neck out. And, things will come out and it'll be good for people to know this, and we'll be taking down some bad folks. But once again, I'm left hanging out to dry with no support. So here we are. Okay, guys, enjoy your day. Okay, and enjoy the shows tonight. Enjoy the Arnie Lerma show. I'm sure we're going to get the 20,000 hits on that. and enjoy the show tonight, okay? And if you want to support, you want to feed this guy here who's doing all this work for you, just don't hesitate, okay? All right, you know who's calling right now? The woman who I got to drive over to Barstow to save her life, okay? And telling me now she doesn't have the gas to get over there. I gotta pay her. I gotta fund this now. All right? How's that? How's your day going? All right, guys, good night. Let me put that sad music on. Okay, that sad music Shane got me. Okay, that'll help. I want to thank Shane for all this great production values. By the way, there's a guy in Ireland, man, doing all this work, man. All this volunteer work to keep the show on the air. He's not getting paid either, you know. No one's helping him out. There we go. Shout out to Shane. Let's play my sad music and go slip my wrist. Come on, this slow freaking computer. End of show, sad music. Here we go. All right, guys, thank you so much. And and if you do donate, if you do become a member, I do thank you, and I do appreciate it, and I do thank people in person. Okay, and what motivates people, especially someone who would sit in my chat room week after week after week, oh, I can't wait for the show, and then just to insult me and degrade me for no reason out of nowhere. I never said a bad word to you, you know? Like, people just think they can abuse you because they hear your voice on the radio every week. It's just unbelievable, the abuse I put up with. You don't see all this stuff because after these comments, you filter them out. Like on YouTube, you don't see half of these nasty, rude comments you get every day. It's just unbelievable. Let me play my sad music. Once they're locked in that car, they think they got to listen to the show. iHeart, iTunes, Spreaker, Podbean, Podcast, YouTube, all that stuff. Played everywhere, all over the place. You can't miss the show. 10 different internet stations, People's Internet Radio, a public streaming network, awakeradio.us, IPM Nation, and now on Ocelli.com, on Chuck Ocelli put us on his station. So you can't, it's a rock bottom prices to advertise on the show, and that's how you help support the show. Also become a member, OppermanReport.com, or contact me for a discount, OppermanReport@gmail.com. Thank you so much, John Elite. I'm looking forward to being stalked by all these characters here. He got me hooked up with www.elitedarkesthour.com. That's ALITE. We'll have his book in the Opperman Report book store on our website.